This is Larry Anares making your day with part 31 of a series I wrote on the great civilizations. Chapter, The Summing Up. I continue to quote and to conclude. In olden days, the Greeks would suspend the wars they were waging to engage in peaceful athletic competitions in the Olympics at the foot of Mount Olympus. In modern days, we suspended the Olympics that was scheduled for 1916 and in 1940 because we were engaged in fighting World War I and World War II respectively. I would like to see the day when wars will voluntarily be suspended under a mandatory truce every 4 years, as in ancient times, for 1 full year, to allow our athletes to train and compete freely and peacefully in both the Summer and Winter Olympics. Such mandatory truce should be included among the terms of the Geneva Convention governing the rules of engagement in war. That should give our people time to ponder on the awful consequences of continuing the pursuit of war, and our diplomats time to negotiate further terms peacefully to end the hostilities of war. I am sorry to have to say this, but the most godly virtues are not faith, hope, love, and charity, but tolerance, goodwill, and compassion. Faith, hope, love, and charity are generated internally in ourselves, while tolerance, goodwill, and compassion are extended outwardly towards the embrace of others. Faith, based on the body of beliefs, is what separates one religion from another and is basically divisive. Hope is based on the great expectations of oneself primarily and not necessarily for others. For others, it is not hope, but goodwill. Love is something that must be given voluntarily and has to be earned by the recipient. It cannot be obligatory or mandatory. There is something about charity that is disturbingly patronizing, especially from the rich to the poor. That is, patronizing for the rich and somewhat debasing for the poor. From the rich to the rich is not charity, neither is there charity between the poor and the poor. It is merely sharing what one has. From the rich to the poor, from the rich to the rich, from the poor to the poor, the giving is always voluntary. Mandatory giving is nothing but extortion. More about this after these messages. This is Larry Anares making your day with part 31 of the great civilizations. Chapter, Summing Up. My dear friends, it is not really necessary to have faith, hope, love, or charity in order for peace and consensus to prevail. And it is important to have tolerance, goodwill, and compassion in order to have peaceful coexistence based on consensus and mutual respect. Tolerance, goodwill, and compassion can be made obligatory and mandatory, as they are so implied in our basic tenets of freedom of thought, freedom of religion, freedom from hunger, freedom from poverty, freedom of the press, freedom of information, and academic freedom, and embodied in the statement, "I may disagree with what you believe or say, but I will defend to the death your right to believe and say it." To be truly free, we must be truly tolerant, compassionate, and full of goodwill. So, it is really important that we enshrine in all our religions, especially into Judaism, Christianity, and Islam, the truly godly virtues of tolerance, goodwill, and compassion. So it is really important to elevate our respect and regard for women to a level equal to, if not above, those we have for men. Because women, and I'm telling this girl, Mina, women have inherent qualities of nurturing and unconditional love, free from excessive sex obsession and bigotry, so necessary to create a regimen of tolerance, goodwill, and compassion in our society. We respect the women of CNN and take exception to women embodied in the political section of Fox News, who are generally regarded as spiteful, opinionated, intolerant, and full of ill will, with shrill voices carefully calibrated in nagging mode to a maximum degree, sounding like fingernails scratching on the blackboard or cats on a hot tin roof. So it is really important to have the mother principle re-established in the world so that we are all free and welcomed in peace into any synagogue, church, or mosque as brothers and sisters under the fatherhood of Yahweh, God and Allah. This is Larry Henares making your day, saying good day, God bless you. Thank you very much for being with us. Till next time, hasta la bye-bye.